playing really good basketball, coming off some close losses. Becker and Walters, the tip. Wyoming wins it, we're underway. Glad you could join us. Jacob Toby alongside former Cowboy Steve Gosar. Our officials, Michael Gremstein is the head referee, Eric Curry and Chance Moore. Wenzel, one of 5 seniors for Wyoming that just got celebrated a few moments ago. There's Walters, the other senior, couldn't get it to go.
That's that inside production. The Cowboys all year long have gotten some really good looks inside, but they just can't finish.
Here's Ethan Taylor now to Petritis. Becker will fire, and he hits. Bo Becker from downtown, a 40% three-point shooter coming off a 12-point game at Utah State.
And I think that is just, a very similar, or a trip down the court that we can expect from Air Force. Shot clock down to single digits, turned it a couple of times, a screen and rescreen, got the shooter open.
Air Force has lost 2 straight. They were picked last in the Mountain West. They're sitting in last place right now, but head coach Joe Scott kind of loves the toughness that his team has acquired over the last couple of weeks. Brown loses it out of bounds, and Wyoming gets the basketball.
And that's something you'll see out of Air Force. They love to post up the guards. And so, you might see Sam Griffin down there on the block having to guard, a bigger, athletic Air Force.
Cott, out of Griffin. What a backcourt they've been this year. Cott has struggled really in the second half of conference play. There's Walters. He misses his second shot, and Boylan the rebound. Here's Ethan Taylor. They have him playing off guard now. He was a point guard the last couple of years, but he's such a great three-point shooter. They want him off the ball. Princeton offense here from Air Force. Cutting movement and some threes. That's Brown, the 33% three-point shooter.
Off to a great start. I tell you, Air Force, if you get Air Force down early, just the system, it's harder for them to catch up and get back into the ballgame. However, if they get out to a lead, boy, it is really hard to get back on Air Force.
Walters against Becker, had to kick out. Griffin with 10 on the shot clock. Back to Walters. They bring the double. Wenzel, catch, fire, couldn't connect. Here's Walters for Griffin.
Cowboys needed that bucket, that possession. Great extra effort by Mason Walters, keeping that ball alive and finding an open Sam Griffin for a wide open 3.
Sam Griffin, 11 points shy of 2,000 career points coming into tonight. And a travel on Petritis.
We have Brendan Wenzel as, our player to watch for the Cowboys tonight, and he has picked up Petritis on the defensive side of things, and that's a big assignment for him. Not only are we going to ask him to knock down some threes, but he's got to pick up one of their best players on the defensive side.
You saw Griffin put in the 3. Struggle from the field against CSU on Saturday. 10 points, 2 of 11 shooting. Here's Foster. Aquel caught for 3. It's just great to see Kenny Foster out there getting a start after all the injuries he's been through in his career. And again, an all-senior lineup right now for Jeff Linder. 12 on the shot clock. Brown, the up fake on Foster. And they'll get Kenny with a foul.
And Jacob, you mentioned, all the injuries,
oh,
and those are just unfortunate. But what kind of toughness does it take to get in and do the rehab and to fight back, to get back on the court, get another one? But, Kenny Foster is such a tough kid. It's so great to see him out there again.
Tore his Achilles. Missed 133 days of basketball and thought was going to be out the rest of the season. But he's made his return. Petritis, Brown, 3, couldn't hit. Griffin the board. Last home game here for Wyoming, senior night. All 5 seniors in the starting lineup. Walters backing down Taylor, trying to take advantage of the mismatch. Can't. Becker the board. And the crowd wanted a foul.
A lot of contact on that one. I thought he got Taylor up in the air and did get that contact.
You mentioned Air Force's discipline on offense. You got to be disciplined on defense to guard them.
Oh, most times, when you've been practicing and getting ready for a team, you can expect that you're going to have to guard for 10, 15 seconds. You're going to have to guard them for another, 10 additional seconds at least. And then, God forbid, they get an offensive rebound. Then you got to do it all over again.
Byron Brown just scored, broke a 2-minute scoring drought for the Falcons. There's Cott. Footwork, the spin. Well, Cott, he has struggled. Hasn't scored in double figures since his 20-point game at San Jose State.
And that's a tough assignment to try to get a shot off. Boylan, he's got a few inches on him, and once he picks up that dribble, the advantage is to Boylan on that.
Petritis, Brown, a three. Missed it badly, caught the board. The two teams as Foster finds his way. Kenny Foster, his 81st career game as a Cowboy.
If there's one thing that Kenny Foster does better than anybody on this court is moves without the ball. I'd say, and he consistently does it. He gets easy baskets. That is a perfect example.
From torn Achilles to a starting lineup as a Division I hooper. At a time where Wyoming could use some of his depth he brings as the Mountain West tournament looms. Petritis, left hand, no. Foster the rebound.
Thought there might have been a little bit of contact on that one, but I tell you what, they're letting them play on both sides of the court. Great job and great consistency by the refs.
Caught. Down to Walters. Walters misses again. Foster's there. Foster is rejected. And Walters tried to keep it in. But he stepped out of bounds, and it'll be Falcon basketball when we come back. A 3-point lead for Air Force.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students. The relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician.
I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
Inside the arena auditorium, it was senior night before the game, celebrating 5 Cowboy seniors. Aquelcott, Mason Walters, Sam Griffin, Kenny Foster, and Brendan Wenzel. Get a jersey, pictures with the fam, and what a special night it is to celebrate these guys. All very different journeys of getting to Laramie. We can get into all of them, but it goes from transfer portal to recruiting out of high school and all in between.
And Kenny's the only one that has been here the entire time. All these other, players have transferred in and to finish up their career at Wyoming. Something special.
Maniau has come on for the first time as the Falcons miss right there, so Foster takes his seat. Some productive minutes for Kenny Foster. Air Force on a 2-minute scoring drought. They already have been on one of those in this game. This is their second time having trouble scoring. Cott trying to get Walters down low.
Well, he definitely has the size advantage down there if they can just get him the ball.
Wenzel driving. Maniau, easy two.
First opportunity down low. Great catch, great finish by Maniau. That's what the Cowboys need to do. They need to really beat up the Air Force Falcons inside.
Maniau had a great game at Colorado State. 15 points, 10 rebounds, his 7th double-double of the season, 4th in the Mountain West. Becker will fire. No good.
Maniau's game has just continued to develop. His confidence, you can see, has just gotten more and more throughout the season.
Cott, Walters, ball movement, Wenzel, 3 is good.
If you can't finish it down low, find Wenzel, kick it back out.
And Wenzel shoots it at 37% from downtown. And the Cowboys take the 10-8 lead. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Becker blocked by Walters. Met him at the apex. Caught, stepping in. Couldn't hit the 3. Got his own miss. Griffin will fire.
Well, you won't see that too many times out of this Air Force team, where Cott missed an open 3 and nobody blocked him out. He was able to track his ball down and get another possession for the Cowboys.
Becker now to Boylan. Kellen Boylan, one of their building block players for Joe Scott and his Falcons. Now to Brown, another building block. Brown down low, spinning. Maniau the board.
Brown has had that size advantage against the Cowboy guards, but not on Maniau. Maniau is not, it's not happened today.
Petritis guarding Walters. Griffin blowing by the dish. And it's knocked away out of bounds. Be Wyoming basketball when we come back. Quell Cott getting fancy with it. And the ball movement for the Pokes.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician.
I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students. The relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Welcome back to Laramie, a 10-8 Wyoming lead over the Air Force Falcons. Take a look at the history between these two teams. In 107th all-time meeting, Wyoming has dominated this series, and it goes back to 1958. Air Force won that first ever matchup by 5. And it's been tough for Air Force to win here in Laramie. They are 17-42 all time.
Steve McLean used to say that playing Air Force is like going to the dentist for a root canal. It is no fun.
Well, he walked up to me when I arrived, and it's the first thing he said. Root canal. Petritis with the steal. Here he is in transition. Ritas Petritis will get to the free throw line.
And really, this is his first opportunity to score. And Brendan Wenzel's done a fantastic job defensively on him.
This guy's footwork down low and his ball skills as he misses his first free throw are tremendous. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 27 total points created against Utah State as he goes 1 for 2 from the free throw line. A 1-point game. Wyoming still with the lead. Jacob Toby, Steve Gosar with you here from the AA tonight. Final Wyoming home game as Cale Combs has come on for the first time for the Pokes, along with Caden Powell. Wenzel way off on that and might have gotten tipped. Luke Kearney has come on also for Air Force. There he is, firing away. He catches air.
It's really hard to come off the bench, and the first time you touch the ball, let it fly. Got to move it around, touch it a couple times, dribble it a couple of times before you let that first one fly.
Well, the scouting report on Kearney, he's a freshman from Phoenix, is that he'll put it up if he's open.
He is not short on confidence.
He is not shy. A freshman. Griffin comes back in. Quelcott takes his seat. Jeffrey Mills has also come on for Air Force, the junior from Texas. He's not played in 3 of the last 4 games because of back spasms, but he is out there in a big pieces. Griffin got hit on the head, but puts it in.
Well, that was a fantastic finish by Sam Griffin. He saw he had the defender, he had an advantage, and he just got that contact for the finish.
Griffin converts the 3-point play. There's Mills, short. Air Force keeps it in, Petritis.
Sam Griffin's going to have to do a much better job on Mills than he just did there. Gave him too much separation again. He's just given too many opportunities for Mills to score the ball.
There's the 3 from Kearney. A 29% 3-point shooter. Had a big game against UNLV, and that massive win for Air Force a couple weeks ago was 4 for 8 from downtown, 16 points. Wenzel driving, left hand is good.
Nice finish by Brendan Wenzel. And just a part of the game, we've talked about it earlier this year, his ability to put it on the deck and get to the rim has really developed this year, and it's been a nice compliment for his 3-point shot.
Mills. Taylor has come back in for Air Force. Kearney with 9 on the shot clock. Becker, Mills, same spot. Different result, he banked it home. Jeffrey Mills, welcome back.
This big mistake here by the Cowboys, just a miscommunication. Looked like they hit Cale Combs on the back with the ball as they were throwing it in.
Petritis, Becker, Petritis, Kearney. Good defense here from Wyoming. Griffin on Petritis. Kearney with 5 on the shot clock, spinning for the lead, puts it in, and Air Force regains it.
He has come off that bench with a lot of confidence, looking to score. He's hungry.
Looking like Steve Gosar when he came off the bench back in the day.
Not quite. He's a much thirstier player than I was. I tell you, Sam Griffin down there on the defensive side, I'm really seeing opportunity. He's given too much gap between the guards coming off those screens. They can get middle anytime they want, and set up their teammate for a shot.
Combs driving, and he gets fouled. So Air Force regains the lead. They've struggled shooting, except they've made their last 3. So
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Mountain West basketball fans, it's time to step up and support your favorite team as home court is monumental in March. Ready to claim the Thomas & Mack Center as the Pit West, the AHAS North, or the AA South? Calling Clune Crazies, the Dog Pound, Bronco Nation, and the Pack. Bring your Spartan spirit, your Rebel friends, Moby Madness, and Spectrum Magic to Las Vegas and make the Thomas & Mack Center your home court this March and help lead your team to the championship. Buy your tournament tickets today.
Air Force has a 2-point lead over the Wyoming Cowboys. Mountain West basketball. Day in the life of Ethan Taylor. Look at his daily schedule. Early wake-up call. All right, he gets to eat. That's good. He goes to class. Got to march to lunch, eat lunch, squadron meeting, pre-practice treatment, lift, post-practice treatment, dinner, homework, free time for like an hour. Free time for an hour, Steve? Could you get all your stuff you do in your free time done in 1 hour every day?
I'll tell you, after that schedule, he's probably going to sneak a nap in there, you know, for that free time. I mean, that is a busy, busy schedule. And that practice, I know that they practice so hard. So.
Combs at the free throw line got bumped heading to the rack before that play. 59% free throw shooter. 7 points, 3 assists against CSU in 23 minutes on Saturday. Goes 2 for 2 there. Jacob Toby alongside former Cowboy Steve Gosar. Glad you could join us here on a Tuesday night. Mountain West basketball as the tournament approaches. Kearney driving, or rather cutting, and couldn't handle the pass.
That was a tough pass. A little bit too far out of his reach there, but almost reeled it in. You know, Combs has really come in and has been a real bright spot when Kobe Newton got hurt. And his confidence has really stepped up, but it's been a big lift for the Cowboys off the bench.
And Newton was out indefinitely with an illness. But he did play against Colorado State. They thought they would lose him for the season, but he's back. Jeff Linder trying to figure out his bench as the tournament gets closer. Boylan's come back in for Air Force. Here he is with the ball. Now Mills, Becker, ball movement. Kearney, 3. Petritis does everything on the floor, keeps the ball alive. That's like the 3rd time he's done that.
Another missed block out by the Cowboys. Wenzel this time. You just can't let the Falcons control this ball game by controlling the ball, and that's what they've done, just giving them multiple possessions.
Mills. Crazy drive, offensive foul on Jeffrey Mills. Wenzel taking it.
Great hustle by Wenzel to step over there and take the charge. But when you watch Air Force on offense, there's so much action going on the backside. It really takes away that help side defense. And so it does set up that drive a lot of times, and there's nobody there. Wenzel just jumped in and really saved the day.
Sloppy here from the Pokes. 12 on the shot clock. Combs. Wenzel with 5 on the shot clock. Nice spin. Left it short. Mignow cleans it up.
His activity on the glass has been so welcomed for the Cowboys. They just need that type of production out of him on the inside. And that's been a weakness for the Cowboys all year long.
2 straight games of 10-plus rebounds for Maniau. Freshman from Kansas City. A lot of potential for Jeff Linder. Kearney not scared. Maniau was there.
I don't know if he got a piece of that, but he definitely altered that shot.
And Maniau runs the floor. Couldn't finish. Here come the Falcons. Petritis. Kearney a 3. That is already his 6th shot of the game off the bench. Qualcott turns it over. Boylan in transition. Petritis a 3. Air Force hasn't scored in 3 minutes.
And that's about as many possessions in a minute as you're going to see in this game. That was a flurry of activity. No buckets, but certainly lots of possessions.
Powell and Kobe Newton are waiting to check in for Wyoming. 3 subs for Air Force as well. As we approach 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. 2-point game. Slow offensively. Combs will fire. Wyoming just 2 of 9 from downtown. We knew it would be a sloppy, messy game. Almost 4 minutes now, Air Force hasn't scored.
I think some teams get frustrated with low-scoring games. I think this is just normal for Air Force.
Kearney, again, missing.
Yeah, there's just not that many possessions in the game, and they're not worried about this. I was telling you earlier, I watched the game against UNLV where they were down 20-plus points, and they got a shot clock violation. They are going to be super patient, and they're going to make you guard that whole time.
Qualcott bumped, foul on the floor. Substitutions coming in for both teams. Again, Kobe Newton coming in for the first time in this game. Caden Powell checks back in. Kenny Foster comes in. Byron Brown back on the floor for Air Force. Wesley Silahusky, big man off the bench, freshman from Georgetown, Indiana, checks in for Joe Scott's squad.
Well, now that the Cowboys are completely healthy, we're seeing different lineups out there that we haven't seen all season.
And Jeff Linder has not had a ton to work with as Foster will fire. Can't hit. Petritis rips down the board. Ethan Taylor is back in this game. He is scoreless. And their best 3-point shot maker. And they'll get Combs for a foul on the floor. Well, Wyoming is up by 2 under 4 minutes remaining in the first half from Laramie.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician. I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students. The relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Can't choose between watching your favorite Mountain West team on TV or going everywhere else you need to be? With the official Mountain West app, you don't have to. Watch hundreds of Mountain West games and championship events, live or archived, from wherever you are, all for free with the Mountain West app. Available on mobile and connected TV devices. Download the Mountain West app today.
Fans are pumped up here inside the AA on senior night. Wyoming with a 2-point lead. That last stretch of 4 minutes, just 2 points. That was interesting. It's also bobblehead night, if you can't tell as well. As Air Force comes in, they are better on the road than at home. They've got 5 wins on the road, 4 at home. There's Joe Scott, head coach for the Falcons in his second stint. His team has lost 2 straight, but they've played some close games. And he feels like his team is getting more physical. They're tougher than they were at the start of the year since the UNLV game. He said they are playing much, much better, and the focus tonight for them is on themselves, running their offense, getting back in transition on defense, and see if Wyoming can handle their Princeton offenses. Taylor puts in a 3. Finally, we hear from their best 3-point shooter.
And not bad defense by Combs. He got screened and rescreened and really still got a hand up, but Taylor just rose up, and he can shoot the ball, he can score the ball. He's a real threat, and he just has yet to get going except for that one tonight.
His 81st 3-point make this season. He's the 4th player in Air Force history to make 80-plus threes. The school record is 105. Raymond Dudley set that in the 1980s. A foul against Wyoming, and it'll go the other way. We talked about Air Force. They've had 3 scoring droughts of 2+ minutes. Wyoming's on a 3-minute scoring drought right now.
And right there, Kobe just looked like he got that arm up and just extended that arm and got that offensive foul. I don't know if he was there, but you just can't get that arm up like that. It's a dead giveaway.
Taylor, guarded by Kobe Newton. Petritis, Foster on him. This cut by Taylor, he missed it. See where Wyoming can find their offense. Sam Griffin has 6 points. Here he is, 12 on the shot clock. Newton shut off. Griffin fires for 3, and he puts it in. Sam Griffin on senior night.
The Cowboys are running on a short shot clock right there, and that was a big bucket for Sam Griffin. They have not shot the 3 very well tonight. They're shooting with that make 27% from the 3-point line. That was a big bucket for the Cowboys.
Griffin 2 points away from 2,000 career buckets. Points, I should say. He scored a lot of buckets. Petritis. Brown, wide open 3. Newton the rebound. Griffin calling for it. Griffin for 2,000, no. And Air Force basketball.
Falcons have done a really nice job of keeping Sam Griffin out of the paint. He had that one bucket going to the right-hand side where he got the and one, but outside of his 3-point shot, he really has not had a lot of clean looks going to the basket.
This is Kellen Boylan bringing the ball up, sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas. Percentage-wise, their best 3-point shooter, 41%. And if Air Force wants to win, they have to shoot a lot and make a lot of threes. Bad pass there by Brown, out of bounds, Wyoming basketball.
Well, the last time the Cowboys played Air Force, he had 9 threes against the Cowboys, 9.
Oh, he was on fire. He had a career-high 32 points, Kellen Boylan. And those 9 threes tied a school record for most in a game. Well, see what Jeff Linder draws up. Take a look at the dynamic duo that Sam Griffin and Aquelcott have done this year. Transfer from Tulsa, Sam Griffin, and Aquelcott coming over from Division II Fort Lewis in Durango, Colorado, where he was a walking bucket, and he's been clutch this year for the Pokes. 2 buzzer beaters. A big 4-point play in overtime against Colorado State in that massive upset win. It's been fun to watch the backcourt.
It's been fun, and I tell you, they have really carried that scoring load for the Cowboys as the Cowboys have struggled inside to get some points of production.
Approaching 1 minute remaining in the first half. Wyoming by 2, but a foul against Air Force. They almost had a steal. But Aquel will get to the free throw line.
It's a nice play out of the timeout there for Coach Linder. That was scripted, and they had a nice ISO down there, and Walters had the advantage. Great pass by Manuel. Just picked up the foul, but that was going to be a bucket.
Excuse me, Wyoming not in the bonus yet. No inbound. Cott trying to dance on Taylor. Griffin for 2,000 career points. Sam Griffin.
He can score in so many ways. He is such a fun player to watch. Just watching him create on offense.
Kearney thought about another three-point attempt. Taylor. Boylan and an offensive foul. Wenzel takes his second of the game.
Boy, surprise, surprise. Brendan Wenzel just doing it on both ends. I tell you, that's the second charge this half. And once again, sliding over and just, protecting an easy look for the Falcons.
Sam Griffin putting in his 2,000th career point and a charge from Wenzel. Griffin again. Oh, he's feeling it. Sam Griffin, you're on fire, my man.
When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. You can't let him out of your hands quick enough.
Wyoming's largest lead of the game, up 7. Air Force wants the final shot. Brown with 6 on the clock. Taylor with 3. Taylor has to hoist, and Taylor puts it in at the buzzer. And it's a 4-point Wyoming lead at the half. He's lost 4 straight. 2 teams that were picked to be at the bottom of the Mountain West. Air Force, it's been a struggle. They are 2-14 in conference play. Wyoming 6-10, trying to get their 9th home win. Becker for 3. Wenzel with the rebound.
Well, he had a really quiet first half as well. I expected him to really come out and to, be more noticeable offensively for the Falcons.
He averages 14 points per game. Bo Becker, junior from Dallas, Texas. Wenzel fouled on a 3 by Becker.
Not a good decision. Not a good decision. I don't think he's asking for, they said that Wenzel kicked his legs out. I disagree. It looked like he stepped through and really got underneath Wenzel for that shot, and that's not a good foul.
They talked about the journey that each senior on Wyoming has gone through to get here. Wenzel started his career at Utah, was there for playing just 2 games. He transferred to Wyoming halfway through 2020-21 season. Didn't play though. And he's been kind of that steady guy for Jeff Linder. Started 21 games last season, came off the bench the season before. He's turned into a leader. 3-pointer percentage has been up and down this year, but he's back on track as the Cowboys get ready for the Mountain West tournament next week. He was 1 for 20 from 3, December 21st to January 9th. And going into tonight, he was 10 for his last 21, so he has found that stroke.
Boy, Coach Scott was not happy with that foul. Immediately got Becker out of the game.
Yeah, Wesley Silahusky has come on, their center off the bench. Boylan misses for 3. That was short. Ball out of bounds, Wyoming basketball. Jeff Linder in his 4th season here in Laramie says he likes the way his team is not getting too high or too low with whatever has happened to them this year. There's been a ton. They've, as Cott can't hit. Maniau keeps it alive. Maniau starts the second half. Kenny Foster does not. Pull up from Griffin, no. Walters and Boylan tangled up. They're going to get Boylan with a foul.
Honestly, not a bad foul by Boylan. He was so pinned underneath that basket. There was no way he was getting that rebound. Walters was going to get that rebound and have an easy basket, so not a bad foul.
And why not? It's only your first personal foul. Nothing to lose. Aquelcott has been in a funk. He's 0 for 4 from the field. No points. Walters. He'll get to the free throw line.
Well, that's something part of his game that we haven't really seen that much. Just face up and a hard drive, straight to the bucket. He likes to back down and you really shoot that jump hook over his left shoulder. I think this is a part of his game that could be really effective and a nice complement to, that back down game.
12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists at CSU on Saturday. It's just the three-point struggles that have really hurt him. He's hit 1 3 since January 9th.
At this point, they're shooting lots of threes and he's getting a lot of extra time in. But, come game time, that is just really got to be in the back of his mind and just making it even more difficult to knock down a three.
NAIA Player of the Year at Jamestown last year. Brown for 3. No. So Husky trying to keep it alive out of bounds. He can't. Wyoming's got their largest lead of the game. Trying to take a double-digit lead for the first time tonight.
Well, it looks to be the Cowboys are content with letting Brown shoot the ball. He's 6 of 12 for the year. That's not a whole lot of threes, for a full season, but it's been good for the Cowboys. He hasn't hit too many of those.
Cott driving with force in the first double-digit lead for the Pokes, up 11.
That was a good, strong finish. Cott really elevated to the rim and just went up with a high finish up over the defense.
Well, this Wyoming backcourt has 2 guards that have 2,000 career points each. Sam Griffin got it done tonight. Scylla Husky, 3-0. Griffin the rebound. Petritis keeps it, steals it. And now Air Force can reset. The officials stop play, though. Our 3 officials, Michael Gremstein, Eric Curry, Chance Moore. Resetting the shot clock, so they have 28 seconds up there right now. 17 minutes. 16 seconds to go here in the second half. Some substitutions for Joe Scott. Bo Becker's come back in after he was subbed out, after he fouled Wenzel on the three-pointer. Almost loses it. Jeffrey Mills has come in as well for Air Force. He's missed the last 3 or 4 games with back spasms. He's their glue guy, their best defender, says Joe Scott.
I think this is offensively is the best Air Force lineup they have as well.
Shot clock down to 5. Becker, the crowd got him. It was at 6, but the crowd counted him down. He didn't know it. And then a jump ball called by Eric Curry.
Great heads-up play by Petritis. You know what? Just coming in there on the backside, getting a tie-up.
He is everywhere.
Well, he's not doing a great job scoring the ball. He's not having a whole lot of luck tonight, but, there's other things you can do.
Borland's going to get called for a second as he just pushed down Walters off the ball. And is it going to be a flagrant? Walters shaken up. I mean, he blew right into Walters.
Didn't look like he was really making a basketball play right there. It looked like that was just a lot of frustration. So it wouldn't surprise me one bit if they get a flagrant 1 on this one.
So Walters had the hands on first, but really didn't do much. And then Boylan got upset, the sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas, who's been pretty good for Air Force this year shooting the ball. Officials are taking a look. Live look at what they're looking at. So a slow start to the second half, but Wyoming has their biggest lead, 11. They led by as many as 7 in the first half. So some frustration boiling over on both sides. Look, Wyoming's lost 4 straight. They played a decent game at CSU. They lost by 8. And they've had some trouble in recent games. They've been close. 8-point loss at CSU, the overtime loss against UNLV. They did struggle in that Boise State game. It was a 20-point loss. They let up 92 points. Out-rebounded 30-6 in the second half. But again, Jeff Linder believes that his team is not getting too high or too low. They've been doing a good job. Take a look here again. Replay. Boylan pushing down Walters.
And that's really not a basketball play. That's frustration. He just dropped down low and just gave him a shoulder right to the gut. And I would be surprised if they don't take this to a flagrant 1. Just because that's not a basketball play. It's just... we're starting to see a few things that are uncharacteristic of Air Force. That play right there, you know what, Becker's foul on Wenzel for the 3-point shot. This is not a great start for the second half for the Falcons.
After Taylor hit the 3 to end the first half, there was good momentum. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a flagrant 2 for Boylan. He has been ejected. So Boylan is gone. And he doesn't even know it yet. He's about to find out.
Eric Curry told me that was, you know, an intentional elbow, and that hit is a flagrant 2. He's ejected from the ball game.
And he has to leave.
Yeah, we'll have 2 free throws and the ball out of bounds. But
Boylan is an important piece. He's one of their glue guys, their building blocks for next year. He's gone. One of their best 3-point shooters, and Walters now at the free throw line.
And a chance to take this 11-point lead to 15, 16 points. That is a
by
big
the free
mistake.
throws and getting the ball back on the possession. And you're right, Steve. Not a basketball play.
Not a basketball
It wasn't
play.
like he was chasing him down, hit him on the head by accident, flagrant 1, let's move on. Kind of tackled, pushed him down. And now Wyoming gets those 2 free throws. Largest lead is 15. And they get the ball. So some potential to really get on Air Force here. Here's Cott.
We talked about earlier, though, it's incredibly hard for Air Force to get back into ball games just because there's so few possessions. And so if you can get a lead on them, it is really difficult for them to get back in the ball game.
Walters, short. Man, Walters has struggled tonight. He's 0 of 5 from the field, but Wyoming keeps it alive. Maniau, now Wenzel floating to the rim.
Oh, a nice finish by Brendan Wenzel, but just finding, he and Cott, you know what, in similar possessions, just finding ways to get to that rim for easy finishes.
And the lead grows.
What got overlooked that play was the great hustle by Maniau to get another shot for the Cowboys.
Kearney's back in there, firing away. He can't hit. He's taken 8 shots in 9 minutes. Air Force hasn't scored this half. Griffin. And now almost lost it. 13 on the shot clock for Quellcott. Cott driving lefty is good.
Well, the Falcons have not been able to guard on the dribble. They cannot stay in front of these Cowboy guards.
You start to wonder, as Air Force has had enough. Joe Scott, how is he going to figure out where to get the offense from? Wyoming's largest lead, up 17 after an Air Force player, Boylan, got ejected.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician. I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Can't choose between watching your favorite Mountain West team on TV or going everywhere else you need to be? With the official Mountain West app, you don't have to. Watch hundreds of Mountain West games and championship events, live or archived, from wherever you are, all for free with the Mountain West app. Available on mobile and connected TV devices. Download the Mountain West app today.
It was a 5-point game 5 minutes ago, and it's jumped up to a Wyoming 17-point lead. Kellen Boylan has been ejected from the game, starting guard for Air Force. Well, let's take a look at the youth movement for the Falcons. They have no seniors. 0. One of 4 teams in the country to have no seniors. The first seniorless roster for Air Force since 1987. And Joe Scott has some building blocks to work with as he tries to get Air Force to be one of the more competitive teams in the Mountain West. Petritis is the centerpiece of that. He's just a sophomore, Steve.
No, this is a very talented Air Force ball club, and the more they can keep these kids together, as they move up and just keep maturing, and that's going to be a very dangerous ball club here in a year or two. Becker, this is another silly foul right here, just coming running up and just setting a really hard ball screen when he's not set.
Another break. We're back in a moment.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician.
I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
A 17-point game for Wyoming. That's a cute baby. Isn't that a cute baby, Steve?
I'm not sure if I'm qualified to make that designation.
Sam Griffin, 2,000 career points on this shot right here, man. He's been a walking bucket. Started his career at UT Arlington, then transferred to Tulsa. Was their leading scorer, and Wyoming, 3 players, 2,000 career points. 8 total Cowboys have reached 2,000, by the way.
Jacob, 1,000 points
hard.
Is an incredible career. We're talking 2,000 points.
Wenzel lost it out of bounds. You're right. At any level of college basketball, 1,000 is hard. Division I level, extremely hard. Sam Griffin's been in Division I the whole time. Quelcott has split time between Division I and Division II, and Mason Walters, NAIA and Division I. Where do you rank on the Wyoming all-time scoring list?
I think a thousandth with a TH in there might be more accurate.
Kearney again missing. He's 1 for 6 from 3, 2 for 9 from the field, 5 points in 10 minutes. Where will Air Force get its offense? If you're just tuning in, it was a 5-point halftime lead for Wyoming as Wenzel goes in. Maniau cleans it up, and it's jumped to their largest lead, 19. As Walters, this is not good. Slow to get up, and he's going to have to come out.
Coach Scott making an immediate substitution for Becker again as he let Maniau get on the inside and put that one right back in.
So take a look, Walters. So he pushed and maybe a knee. He was kind of hobbled when he got hit on the three-pointer, excuse me, attempt when Becker fouled him. Kind of came up hobbled there. Mills for 3, big bucket to get Air Force some sort of offense. That's their first bucket of the second half.
Nearly 6.5 minutes without a basket. I listened to Coach Scott after the Boise State game, and he thinks, he really likes this team. He thinks that, they have a chance to really be good, but everybody has to be on the same page and has to show up every night. And
wow.
And I think this second half, we've seen that. We've just seen really, some mental mistakes, some missed blockouts, some, silly fouls that have really kept them from really getting going.
Petritis was swallowed up by the Wyoming defense. He does get fouled, so he'll get to the free throw line where he has scored only 1 point. This is their leading scorer, sophomore from Arlington, Texas. His high school, Oak Ridge School, the same name as my middle school, Oak Ridge. I'm sure a ton of people were asking the connection.
In case you wanted to know.
In case they wanted to know. Now they know.
We did the women's game a while back, and you were throwing out all these words in basketball terms. And,
it was international night.
It was international night, exactly. And
I just had to come with something in my arsenal. Wenzel, that's in rhythm. Short, though. Powell trying to keep it alive. So this is a big lineup in here for Wyoming. Powell and Maniau, Steve.
Caden has not gotten a whole lot of playing time tonight, but Air Force went back with the 7-footer. It's a great opportunity for him to get some minutes and to see what he can do out there.
They double team Petritis. Leaves Brown open for 3, and that's 2 straight threes from the Falcons. Down to 11.
Brown needed that one. He started off the game with a big 3, but he went on an incredible drought between those 2 threes.
You mentioned it during the break. Joe Scott talked after the Boise State game. They just need to run their stuff and have everyone playing well, and he thinks they could be decent.
Oh, I completely agree with him. He has talent out here, and these young guys are only going to get better.
Caught. Oh, he put it in. He wanted a foul. That's not the first time we've seen Top Shot Caught do that.
Big shot Caught. He has hit a lot of them, and that one was a real difficult shot with the defender right up in his face.
Mills to answer. He answers. 3 straight threes. 2 from Mills. Back and forth we go.
Jacob, I will tell you this. The thing I'm seeing out of the Falcons, Mills and Taylor can go get their shots, and I think they need to be a little bit more aggressive in taking those shots.
I was going to say, maybe Taylor especially needs to be a little bit more aggressive. He plays the 6th most minutes in the Mountain West. They use him a ton. He's out there a ton, but got to get him more involved. Foul on the floor. We take a break. Teams trading threes. Largest lead was 19 for Wyoming. It's up to 11.
At the University of Wyoming, ideas come to life. It's where the spirit of innovation and boundless curiosity fuel our hunger for knowledge. It's where the past meets the present and our students shape a brighter future.
I'm a student athlete.
I'm a musician. I'm a mentor.
And I'm a cowboy.
The world needs more cowboys.
There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Second half, three-pointers are flying in for the Falcons, Steve Gosar.
Well, Mills has just come off and just started gunning it and has found the bottom of the net. Brown has knocked down another one, and that drought, for Air Force has turned into just, a three-point scoring barrage by the Falcons.
Jeffrey Mills back after missing 3 of the last 4 games with back spasms. No more as an assist guy. Didn't have any at New Mexico, which was the last game he played in, but had 3 in at least every game since December 21st. He's third in the team in assists last season. Best turnover ratio on the team. He's a defender, glue guy, kind of does everything, but he's made 3s tonight. And when they get him back, it changes their lineup. Petritis, and he forces a jump ball. He has done that at least 3 times tonight.
Oh, great activity. You see him just finding ways. He's not scoring the ball great. He's not playing his typical game. But he's just willing to do whatever it takes to try to keep these Falcons in this ball game.
Jacob Toby alongside former Cowboy Steve Gosar. The Falcons trying to make a run after being down by as many as 19. They were only down by 5 at halftime. Kellen Boylan, one of their starters, was ejected for a flagrant 2 foul. But the threes have been going in the last couple of minutes for the Falcons. Brown, the up fake. And he put it in! Byron Brown! What a run here by Air Force. And it's down to single digits.
Great, strong drive, to the rim, but then he just stopped and let Powell fly on by. Turned right around and strong finish through the contact with Mason Walters. I think Air Force has found a little bit of continuity, a little bit of scoring right now. They're being a lot more aggressive offensively.
Brown is one of their more intriguing prospects for Joe Scott. He has probably improved the most out of any player on their roster from the start of the season till now. Coming off a good game at Utah State, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He is probably their best athlete, Byron Brown. Caught. Answers with a swish. Back to a 10-point game.
Cowboys have really found, great opportunities by putting the ball on the deck and getting to the paint.
Mills. Brown, they're leaving him wide open, and he's making him pay. Byron Brown. 5 for 5, Air Force is.
And the Falcons are back up to 36% as a team for the three-point line.
But Griffin responds every time Air Force makes a run. Wyoming sort of composes itself. They're 3 for their last 3. Petritis, triple teamed. They're leaving Brown space at the three-point line. Powell guarding him on a switch. 5 on the shot clock. Cott almost got the steal, so Joe Scott will have to draw something up here. Becker comes back in. Silahusky sits down. So side out, Taylor to inbound with 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. Becker. Petritis with 2, has to hoist. And they get Wenzel on a foul.
considering how this game started with all the contact and not giving any calls on either side. That one seemed like a little bit light, especially late in the shot clock. Maybe we'll have to see the replay here.
First free throw is good from Rytis Petritis. Both of his parents played hoops at Oregon State. And the talents were passed on to this guy. Triple-double earlier against UNLV, 18, 13, and 11.
He's having to earn every point. I tell you, go to the line, get fouled, go to the line. He's not getting a whole lot of open looks in the flow of the offense.
He's long and athletic on defense, and up and under the scoop is good from Cott.
Cowboys are just finding pay dirt just by getting to the rim, and the Falcons are really, this is a really good, Falcon perimeter. I'm surprised that they're giving this many open attacks on the rim, and the Cowboy guards getting all the way to the rim.
Can Wyoming get a stop, though? Air Force has responded every time. It's been Brown. Oh, in and out. Almost went in. Would not have been surprised if that went down from Brown.
Not at all.
Caught. It's Brown. Griffin pulls up in Brown's face, and he hits. Sam Griffin has got 19 points. 12-point game.
Sam Griffin is on a mission tonight to make sure he leaves Cowboy fans with an impression, a great impression.
Final home game for Wyoming, senior night. Griffin, one of 5 seniors on the squad. Becker, wide open, cans a 3. And Joe Scott calls it timeout. Air Force won't go away here in Laramie tonight. Under 8 minutes, 7:56 to go. A 9-point game.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Mountain West basketball fans, it's time to step up and support your favorite team as home court is monumental in March. Ready to claim the Thomas and Mack Center as the Pit West, the A-House North, or the Double H South? Calling Clune Crazies, the Dog Pound, Bronco Nation, and the Pack. Bring your Spartan spirit, your Rebel friends, Movie Madness, and Spectrum Magic to Las Vegas and make the Thomas and Mack Center your home court this March and help lead your team to the championship. Buy your tournament tickets today.
Welcome back to Laramie. Wyoming up 53-44. Wyoming, or rather Air Force, trying to make a run here. Wild Lotto play of the game. Raquel Cott, the scoop. Getting by everybody. He made some tough shots, man.
Not just getting by Taylor, but Brown was sitting there on that backside trying to pin that against the glass. He was able to get it up over him quickly.
Cott, 11 points on a good shooting night from the field, 5 of 10. Struggle from the three-point line, 1 for 4. Kenny Foster has come in, so playing crucial minutes, Kenny Foster, here on senior night.
These Falcons have come back. They were down 19 only down 9 right now. The Cowboys have really needed every point that they could get going to that rim.
Caught the cut. Foster blocked. Out of bounds off of Air Force.
Kenny back cut. Almost got it away with another easy one.
Caught driving, and he is fouled on the floor. That'll be the 7th team foul against Air Force. Air Force has 1 timeout remaining. Wyoming has 3. And Wyoming's in the bonus, so Caught to the free throw line. His first double-digit scoring game since Wyoming visited San Jose State. He gets it back up to 11.
Cowboys went to a much smaller lineup right now with Caden Powell out of this, and hopefully that Manyow can get back up to Brown and contest those three-pointers.
Petritis almost traveled. Brown driving. Second time he's used that move, and it worked again. Byron Brown has come alive here in the second half. He's got 16 points.
It's twice as nice the second go-around. I tell you, that was a big, strong play again, and Manyow knew it was coming.
Back to a 9-point game. Air Force is 7 of their last 8 from the field. After trailing by 19, Caught spinning, fading, been banking home. Manyow. Oh, Brown came over with a block, but a foul against the Falcons.
Taylor got caught on a switch down there, and that was a tough matchup to try to keep Manyow off the glass.
So Cam Manyow, who is no doubt a very important piece going forward for Jeff Linder.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you, he is a fantastic freshman and has gotten some valuable minutes. You know, a lot of times you come in as a freshman and you don't get a whole lot of minutes, and it's hard to adjust to this level and the physicality of the game. Boy, this has been fantastic for him. Moving forward, sky's the limit. He is a very talented player, and I tell you, as he improves his outside shooting, it's going to make him even harder to guard.
And Manyow started the first 9 games of the season when Mason Walters was dealing with a thumb injury on his non-shooting hand. And that experience, Jeff Linder has said it over and over again, will prove invaluable. Brown finally misses a shot. Manyow rips it down. Griffin thought about the pull-up, Caught, and they slow things down.
Good decision. It's 2 on 3. They didn't have the numbers, and better to pull it back out.
Griffin. No. Petritis gets the board. .12 on the shot clock. And Manyow, I believe, is going to get called, or Kenny Foster. It's going to be Foster. Grabbing Petritis. Wenzel comes in. Foster's going to take his seat. And here comes Kearney for Air Force.
Petritis did a very good job of selling that contact.
Mills puts it in. He's hit some big shots here in the second half. He's got 12 points. After dealing with back spasms the last couple of weeks, it's good to see him back in the lineup if you're an Air Force fan. 8-point game. Air Force, 8 of their last 10 shots have went in.
Mills is 3 of 4 from the three-point line. Has really given him a big lift.
Caught. No. Petritis the rebound. That's his 9th.
It's an 8-point game. Chance to cut this down to 5.
Petritis guarded by Wenzel. Kearney for 3. Oh, a big one for Kearney. He's missed all night, but he made one there.
And this is a 5-point game. This was 19 points A 19-point Cowboy lead, and the Air Force Falcons have cut this to 5 points. And I tell you, they have the momentum. They've got a lot of confidence. You can see the spring in their step. You can see how aggressively they are attacking offensively.
Under 5 minutes to go here in the game. Wenzel muscling his way, and a good response for Wyoming.
That's been the response. That's been the Cowboy guards getting all the way to the rim, getting high percentage shots. They're not settling for the three, and that's what's been keeping the Falcons at bay a little bit.
Wenzel, one of the 5 Wyoming seniors, puts it in. Jeff Linder said on Saturday after the game at CSU, Wenzel has not made a decision if he will come back and play for his final season. Gets a COVID year out of it. Kenny Foster also has a decision to make as well if he wants to come back. Griffin, Cott, and Walters are out of eligibility. Back to an 8-point game. Kearney made the big three last time down the floor for Air Force. Petritis sent away by Wenzel. Get out of here. Oh, they call him a foul. Kind of tough to see. Here we go.
Do you think he would call that again if he got to see that replay?
No.
Neither do I.
No. But here's Petritis at the free throw line. I've loved his composure. Did not freak out that he wasn't scoring in the first half. Forced 3 jump balls, ripping the ball away from people, forcing turnovers, defending. Air Force gets the miss.
He still doesn't have a field goal yet. It's all from the foul line.
Mills. Oh, he's red hot in Laramie. Mills again, his 5th three.
This is a 4-point game. A missed block out by Mason Walters. That was absolutely huge. Great hustle by Becker to keep that ball alive and track it down.
Approaching 4 minutes remaining here in the second half. Jacob Toby along with former Cowboy Steve Gosar. Caught, twirling, whirling, scoring. And Linder calls a timeout.
Coach Scott's got to do something. They're doing everything they can offensively to get back into this ball game. They got to do something on the defensive end to keep the Cowboy guards off the glass.
It's a good one here in Laramie. Last home game for Wyoming.
Hold on. It's only noise.
Can Anthony Edwards live up to the hype?
It's only rivalry. A little hard work. Only a kick. It's only a jump.
Being an athlete means having a healthy desire to do as much as you can with your body for as long as you can. Gatorade has lower sugar, electrolyte-backed hydration options to keep you rehydrated and replenished. Gatorade, for every athlete, forever.
Mountain West basketball fans, it's time to step up and support your favorite team as home court is monumental in March. Ready to claim the Thomas and Mack Center as the Pit West, the A-House North, or the AA South? Calling Clune Crazies, the Dog Pound, Bronco Nation, and the Pack. Bring your Spartan spirit, your Rebel friends, Movie Madness, and Spectrum Magic to Las Vegas and make the Thomas and Mack Center your home court this March and help lead your team to the championship. Buy your tournament tickets today.
Welcome back. The officials just checking the clock. It didn't start after that last free throw, so it's probably going to be a little bit less than 3:59. Wyoming was up by as much as 19 here in the start of the second half, but Air Force has fought back and made this a 4-point ball game. Revisiting keys to the game, Steve.
Yeah, Jeffrey Mills has really heated up for the Falcons, and this has been a big key for them, cutting that 19-point lead down to 6. and the Cowboys are getting paint points, but not the way I anticipate they were going to get them. This is the guards getting all the way to the rim and getting easy baskets. And I think Air Force, watch them come out of this timeout, and I'm anticipating them changing their defense up. I'm thinking zone, maybe a half-court trap, doing something to try to get those guards from attacking the rim and getting such high productivity shots.
I mean, look at these threes, Steve. Wide open looks for the Falcons. How do you not knock these down?
Yeah, a lot of those, Manyao and Powell, are sitting back and they're helping so much, and they're getting caught up in traffic in the paint, and they can't get back out to those shooters. But you cannot give those shooters that much time, to dial it in.
The officials took 12 seconds off the clock after they looked at it. Didn't start it after the missed free throw in time. Taylor, big three, air ball. Petritis keeps it in, bounces it high enough, but Wenzel steals it. Wenzel jams it home.
Wow, was that a play? Great effort by Petritis, and I thought they were going to get another possession, but Wenzel just stole it. Took it to the other end for an easy basket.
Taylor has been held in check. 5 points, only 4 shots. Kearney made a big one, and he makes another one. Luke Kearney from Phoenix. The freshman's got 11 off the bench.
He's got 11 shots, and he's played probably all of 11 minutes. He comes into the game. He's not worried about touching the ball and getting comfortable with it. He's just going to let it fly. And I think Coach Scott's happy with that. He's shooting very, very well.
Cott trying to get in his bag. Whizzing it to Wenzel. Wenzel!
Jacob, I will tell you this. The Cowboys have been getting to the rim, and I know you have to worry about that dribble drive and that penetration, but I am not leaving Brendan Wenzel wide open for an open three-point look.
Air Force just hasn't been able to stop the Cowboys on the defensive end. Kearney trapped, but he puts it in over Walters. How about the freshman off the bench? Not afraid of the moment.
How about the 24 shot fakes, ball fakes that he used just to get that ball up?
2 minutes to go. Coach Linder saying, get out of the way. Wenzel, same spot, same result. Rattles it home. Wenzel's got 20 on senior night.
Kearney has got to learn you cannot leave a dangerous shooter like that open one time, but it's even a bigger mistake if you leave him 2 times.
Becker, no. Mills the offensive rebound and put back in a timeout for Air Force, their final one. Joe Scott upset at his Falcon defense because their offense is playing lights out right now in the second half. The Falcons have scored 41 second half points after only 22 in the first half.
Boy, the three-point shooting in this second half has really heated up for both teams. And I thought this game was really getting out of hand for the Falcons, but boy, they just came storming back on the behind all of those three-point makes.
It's been a tough year for Air Force. Young team, no seniors, one of 4 teams in the country, 2-14 in conference play, 5-7 on the road, most road wins since 2007. So you have to give credit to Joe Scott's team for fighting in this game. Wyoming just trying to hold on for their 9th home win. They have one more game at Fresno State on Saturday. The Mountain West tournament starts March 13th. Points in the paint. Wyoming getting it done.
They have really beat up Air Force inside around the basket. Manuel's done a fantastic job, offensive rebounds and finishes. But this second half has really been the Cowboy guards getting all the way to the rim, getting high percentage shots.
Full court pressure here from the Falcons. Walters to inbound. Steve, you questioned if Air Force would go to a zone. Could they drop back into it after a press?
Absolutely.
Almost stolen by Mills. They try to trap Griffin.
Looks like they're going to stick with man
Yep.
on this one, take their chances in that backcourt, but there's still plenty of time here. 7-point game. They just need to get a stop right here. Get a good shot at the bucket on the other end.
Caught. Walters with 3. The pass inside. Maniau. Oh, he blew the layup. Maniau blew it.
He had a wide open look. Just took his eye off the basket. Just a split second.
Air Force has life. Mills has been red hot in the second half. Kearney as well. The pull-up. Too strong. Maniau the rebound. You have to foul if you're Air Force.
Yep.
And Taylor gives it. And now it's a free throw shooting contest.
Cowboys are going to have to finish this game at the line right now. That was a big miss by Maniau. He's shaking his head. And I tell you, he went up really high to get that rebound here on the defensive end to make sure that they secured that stop.
So caught at the free throw line. Is their best free throw shooter, 86%. And it's 2 for 2 tonight. His struggles from 3 continue, but nice to see him get back in the double-digit scoring column. 15, now 16 points. In his final game, home game, as a Poke.
He's played a nice all-around game, tonight. 3-ball wasn't falling, but he didn't stop. He found ways to score that ball. Getting all the way to the rim is where he really found success.
30 seconds to go. Kearney. No. Wenzel the rebound. Is Air Force going to let him go? Mills one more time to foul. Oh, the Falcons were so close. It was their defense that let them down in the second half late. But their offense was red hot from 3. Joe Scott will obviously be disappointed about this loss.
On a bright side for them, he's got to be happy that Jeffrey Mills is looking more like his old self. He looked very healthy out there, very aggressive and offensively, and really, got these Falcons back in this ball game.
And Court Roberson, walk on, gonna come in, and Wenzel will take a bow for his final home game as a Cowboy.
Well, I think I could speak for all Cowboy fans that I think they would love to see Brendan Wenzel come back for one more. Kenny Foster the same way, because these are 2 fan favorites.
Mills, no, air ball, Maniau rebound, and the Wyoming Cowboys win their final home game of the season. They hold